Okay, so here's my Steam rant for today. And yeah, it's going to be a bit of a rant. Might swear, I don't know, I'm trying to compose myself. Last night, I went on to play Whale Hunter. And again, it had somehow stopped me playing it. And on the launch, when you press launch, it said process. Twice that's done that. And twice, for some reason, it's taken both my money, GB pounds, English pounds, right? I think the first one I'd done it was through the Steam website through Chrome, and for some reason it kept going to China website. I don't know why, but it kept going to China. So when I actually bought the game about 4 or 5 days ago, it actually allowed me to pay for the purchase. I downloaded the game. Sorry, my camera's jumping around. I can't do nothing about it. Over the game, installed it. I started playing it for about half an hour until I stopped because I was having issues with the graphics. I was having issues with the control of the game by either mouse and keyboard or by controller. So I stopped, came off it, and I thought I'd give it a go the next day. Next day comes along, go to play it, can't play it. Processing. Or it says process on the account where you actually click launch. So I'm pressing process, nothing's happening. So I started doing a Google search, YouTube search, and people said the best thing to do is cancel the purchase, ask for a refund, and then we do it. So that's what I've done. And because I thought I was going to get a refund through my bank account or through PayPal, I decided to use my credit card and redo it through Steam app itself this time. So I went into Steam, I clicked purchase and pay for the game again. And this was both these were discounted, 50% discount for the elite version, yeah. And again, I went on it for about half hour, 3/4 hour to mess around with the settings. I started getting a headache with it, so I stopped, logged off, and left it. And I thought I'd give it another go next day, being yesterday. So I then come onto Steam. I clicked on the Whale Hunter, and all of a sudden, again, process. So I've gone through most of the day trying to contact the Steam support, which was a fucking joke in the arse. And I noticed that they was going to refund me through my Steam wallet again. Well, eventually I got all my refunds from trying to install the game twice and paying for it twice. But the thing is, I got refunded in Chinese yen. And when I tried to install the game again, it actually charged me the full price, £44 for the elite. Not the 22, 44. But before that happened, last night, I need to pass. I actually physically was sick to the stomach with Steam. I practically passed out on the floor because I was sweating, I was frustrated, I was angry, depressed, annoyed. I got to the bathroom and I went to go to the loo, and the next minute I'm on the fucking floor because I'm sweating. I'm sweating like a roasted pig, I'm feeling dizzy. I've got a massive headache. And before that happened, I've been trying to get onto Steam for like 3 hours, trying to get me Steam Guard emails coming through, and nothing was working. Last night, I say, I went to go to the bathroom. I was feeling dizzy, sweaty, and nauseous and whatever. Got to the bathroom, and I didn't even go for a pee because I was on the fucking floor. I don't know how long I was on the floor for, probably a few seconds, maybe a minute, I don't know. But I managed to get myself up. I got to the bed and I just passed out. I just completely passed out. Usually it takes me half an hour, 3/4 an hour to go to sleep. But as soon as I got in the bed, I just went on the bed and I was out. And just before I landed in the bed, I said, I ain't going to die. Please don't let me die. Because that's how I felt. I really felt like I was fucking dying at the time. All because of Steam. Yeah, a company. Valve. So anyway, I've woken up once during the morning because of the noise upstairs. But I just fell back to sleep again straight away. And I woke up at 1 o'clock, well, at 1:30. And I've come back on the computer and I checked my emails, and there's an email from Steam saying, "Oh, that's because you're logged on to Steam through another device." Well, I don't think how many times, it doesn't matter how many devices you've got, you should be able to log into Steam with your email, username, and passcode. And I tried that 3 times last night using my tablet, using my mobile, using my computer. I went another computer, so that's 4 times, and none of it would work. But when I came on this morning, there's an actual email saying, it's because you've been trying to log on to Steam with different devices, Here is your Steam Guard number. So I went onto Steam, tried logging in, and it said Steam Guard number. So I copied the one which I had on the email and posted it through, and it actually started working again. Because I thought I'd lost my Steam account last night. I really did. I was getting so pissed off and angry that it wasn't working. And, over the years, I spent quite a bit of money on gaming, like many people do. You don't want to be losing your Steam account. You don't want to be losing all the games where you've spent so much money on buying them games, Just alone, I think the most expensive game I paid for is Wraith Hunter, being £44. I've got many other games. I've got Call of Duty, different versions of Call of Duty. I've got Call of Wild, I've got Green Mile, I've got Subsistence, Mr. Survival, and God knows how many other games I've got on my Steam account. And I was worried that, my account was either going to be blocked, deleted, or whatever, I did even try to open a new Steam account last night, just to see if I'd get emails through saying, well done, congratulations, you have now set up a new Steam account. That even wouldn't work. Wouldn't work at all. I uninstalled Steam on my mobile and reinstalled it. That didn't work. I've done that again today. Still doesn't work through a mobile phone. But eventually now it's actually working through my email. Now, I changed my email about 4 or 5 times last night through Steam, saying like, if your email ain't working, click this button, put in your old email, put your new email in, and click go. I've done that 4 or 5 times, and it kept saying like, congratulations, email, reset, please sign in, put your new email in, put your your password in. Didn't work. Over 3 hours of pouncing around trying to get Steam to work, making me feel physically sick, kind of thing. which is very rare for an online system to make me feel sick. But I've now got it working, thankfully. The only way I was able to get support through Steam was by sending a direct email through my email account through Hotmail or Outlook or whatever it is. I think it's Hotmail. Because every time I try sending an email through Steam support, I wasn't even getting a notification saying, thank you, your email has been received. We will get back to you. Because they generally send you a automatic email back to you through your email address, and I wasn't even getting that. So if you ever have problems with with Steam, the best way of doing it, is to go onto your normal email and send them an email through support@steam.com or whatever it is. Yeah, it'll probably tell you when you're trying to get the help, like help information. Just check on their help page, and they'll tell you what one to add as like a contact. There is one bot called No Reply. I didn't use that one. I used the support one, and that's probably how I got a reply through them this morning or this afternoon or whatever time it came through. But Steam has also decided to mess around and change the looks when you sign in. When I actually exit now, instead of getting a normal box with your email and your password, and the little box where it asks you for the code, don't get that no more. It's completely different again. Because I keep messing around, and I think every time I mess around, they screw around with things in the actual system, and it screws up people's accounts. So, but I've actually downloaded Way of the Hunter again. I just paid the fucking full price for it. When last two times it was like half price, but every time I went on it, it just kept saying process. And I had to keep emailing them saying, well, it's not going through. I've had to request a refund. Can you please refund me in GBP pounds? But no, they won't do that because apparently I was signed in under Chinese region, which I've never ever done. I've never changed my account to a Chinese region, and I told them that. They said, well, because it is, assigned to a Chinese region, you can't get your GBP pounds. You got a Chinese yen. So I've just now paid for the full game through Chinese yen. And I'll tell you one thing, if it screws up again today, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because they now say that, you can't change your region, once it's been changed. But now they're saying you can change your region in 3 months' time. Because originally they say, oh, you can't change your region. The only way you can change it is by moving out of the country and then signing up either with a new account or changing your account details to the new country you move to. I don't understand why they allow you to what I don't understand is that you're paying for a game and it's not going through the normal basic standard UK. Somehow, some reason it keeps hitting a Chinese website, and they're saying, oh, you've got VPN, turn your VPN off because you're breaching the terms and conditions. I don't have VPN. I never have done. Never will do. I don't like it. But if you're going to order anything, be careful. Make sure that you're not in a different region, a different part of the world. Make sure that you are signed in under your own region, whether it be America, China, Italy, France, Spain, England, wherever. Because if you don't check it and you purchase a game, you might be purchasing it through a different region, part of the world, and you may not notice it. And if you have a problem with a game, you've got to ask for a refund. They refund you from that region, that part of the world, which you didn't even realise or think about checking, and you won't get your proper currency back. You'll get a complete different currency back. Now, I could have just kept the refunds and used it for other games, or I could have gone onto Google and downloaded it through a cheap Steam digital download code. But I've had problems with some of those sites in the past where they say, buy this game for $8.99 and save yourself 20 odd quid, and you pay for it. You get the code sent to you. You go to the Steam bit where you enter the Steam code, and it'll say sorry, this code is not available for this country. It's only available for a different country. So then you got to start messing around with a VPN to trick Steam that you're in that country, which the code is for. So you can actually put the code in and then install the game. But once you install the game and log out and log back in, your game sometimes ain't there, because they've noticed that you used the VPN and you downloaded it and paid for it from a different country instead of the country you're normally in. So Steam's getting a bit of a pain in the arse for me at the moment. If there isn't a way of downloading games, I will do it. I download some of my games through Xbox One or PlayStation 4 now, and I do have, a lot of my games I play on CD. The only thing is, my PC games, I don't have a CD in my drive. I have to use an extended CD drive to reinstall them if I want to reinstall them. So that's a little bit of an issue, keep looking for my external CD drive to install games. And my USB ports don't seem to work half the time. Even though I give them a clean every now and then with IPA, electrical fluid, where it gets all the rock and grime out. Sometimes I do it and it still don't bloody well work. That's the problem with computers nowadays. Every time you plug something in and then unplug it, it's wearing down the USB ports, and you're having problems trying to install something. When I do videos outside, I'll bring the memory card home, stick it in a USB card reader, stick it onto the computer, and I'll say 8 out of times it won't read it. I've got to keep plugging it in, out, for the computer to actually recognise the bloody card reader. And it ain't a card reader, because I've got 2 or 3 new ones which I've not even used, and I say not even used, I've only used them a couple of times, so I know it ain't card readers. It's the USB ports on the computer that keeps wearing down. I think that's where they screw you over, these electrical companies, USB ports ain't working, I can't install nothing, so time for another computer. Anyway, I'm going because I've got a headache. I just thought I'd do this video just to let you know that Steam has done another update, and thanks to that update it screwed me over. I lost my account, but eventually got it back. And again, for some reason, I kicked me over to a Chinese fucking Steam account when I'm not even in China. They won't refund me in English pounds. It's no yen or nothing at all, kind of thing. I've now reinstalled Way of the Hunter. Hopefully it'll stay there this time. If it don't, then I don't know what to do, because when I told them that I've bought it twice and it keeps saying pending or process. and I'm not able to get to play the game. Now you're taking me money, and I can't use the money to bloody do anything because you're not giving me my money back. But this morning it did say, like, you know, I had it in my wallet, 208, whatever it was, yen, which is the equivalent of like £50, I think. So I've been able to play it again quickly just to see if it downloaded and then uploaded. And even when I went to download it, it nearly didn't let me choose the drive which I want to install it, because I've only got 250 gig SSD drive on the main drive, and it gets filled up rather quickly. So I install all my Steam games on the D drive and the internal expansion drive, and I was only able to just about get that done. So I'm going to go now. I've got a headache. I need to get a drink, take some medication. I might be on later on to do some gaming. I don't know yet. So just keep an eye out, and I'll catch you later.